The galactic core never slept. Neon lights shimmered across layers of glass domes, filled with thousands of alien species trading, laughing, surviving. But among all the voices, one silence stood out, the silence of hunger. She stood at the center of it. The Dragon Lady. Her once majestic wings now dulled and cracked. Her scales had lost their shine. Once, her kind ruled the Flame Nebula. Now, she was nothing more than a shadow among stars. The vendor, a sleek reptilian with 4 golden eyes, hissed at her. "You think we serve your kind here? You burned worlds. You devoured moons. You don't deserve to buy from us." The words hit her like cold metal. She looked down at her trembling claws, holding a few small credits, all that was left after escaping her dying planet. "I only need food," she whispered. "Just 1 ration block." The merchant spat out. The crowd laughed. Someone threw an empty can at her feet. Someone else muttered, "Extinct beasts should stay that way." Her wings folded tighter around her as she turned to leave. For a queen of flame, humiliation burned colder than death. Then from behind the crowd, a voice said softly, "Hey, wait." A man stepped forward, wiping grease from his hands with an old rag. His jumpsuit was patched, his boots worn. A human, ordinary, invisible, and yet somehow his eyes carried warmth. "Don't mind them," he said, voice steady. "They forgot what hunger feels like." She didn't look at him. "Why speak to me? Humans fear dragons." He shrugged. "Maybe I'm just broken in the head. Or maybe I see someone who needs a meal." Her eyes rose, suspicious but curious. "You would feed me? Knowing what I am?" He smiled faintly. "I fix things that are broken. Maybe that includes pride and bones." She blinked slowly. Something inside her chest, something that had been still for too long, flickered. His name was Jalen, a ship mechanic from Dock 12. His home was a forgotten workshop that smelled of oil, metal, and quiet dreams. When he led her there, she hesitated at the threshold. "This place is small." "Yeah," he said, brushing dust off a table. "But it's warm. And the dispenser still works, most days." He poured 2 steaming bowls of protein stew, the scent filling the air. She watched him, still unsure whether this was kindness or mockery. He set 1 bowl in front of her. "Go ahead. It's recycled matter. Not fancy, but it won't kill you." She took a small sip. Then another. Then suddenly, tears welled in her golden eyes. The food wasn't special, but for the first time in years, someone had given it, not sold it. Jalen watched quietly. "When was your last meal?" She swallowed hard. "Before my world fell." He nodded slowly. "Guess we both lost something in the wars." "You fought too." He chuckled softly. "No. I fixed the ships of those who did. When they stopped coming back, I fixed silence instead." For a long time, they said nothing. The hum of machines filled the air, blending with the rhythm of her slow breathing. Finally, she said, "My name is Vira. I was once the firekeeper of the Ether Brood." Jalen raised an eyebrow. "Sounds impressive." "It was. Until your kind destroyed our stars." His hands froze for a moment, but then he said quietly, "Maybe not all humans are the same." She looked away, shame and bitterness tangled inside her. Maybe not all dragons either. Days turned into quiet companionship. Vira began helping around the workshop, her strength lifting engines and hull plates Jalen could barely move. In return, he taught her how to repair damaged circuits and tune thruster cores. One evening she asked, "Why help me? I could have killed you the first night." He smiled, leaning back on a crate. "Maybe because you didn't." She stared at him. "You're either foolish or fearless." "Neither," he said softly. "Just tired of watching good things die hungry." That night, Vira sat outside the workshop, staring at the stars. Her claws rested on her knees, and for the first time she whispered a prayer, not to the gods of flame, but to the quiet mechanic who shared his food without fear. But peace never lasts in the galaxy. 3 nights later, a scanner drone buzzed over the station, projecting an announcement. Attention residents. A fugitive Dragon-class entity has been detected. Harboring such being is punishable by execution. Vira froze. Her scales rippled with panic. They found me. Jalen looked up from his workbench. Then we hide you. You can't. They'll destroy you too. He wiped his hands. You think this is the first time the law's been wrong? Her eyes widened. You would risk your life? He shrugged. You fixed my engines. Saved me hours of work. I owe you. She grabbed his arm, claws trembling. I do not want another death on my wings. Then don't let me die, he said simply. When the patrol arrived, Jalen had already triggered an overload in his spare engine. The scanner went haywire, blinding the detection systems. Vira slipped out through the maintenance tunnels, guided by his voice echoing through the comlink. Left turn now, he whispered. You'll reach the lower bay in 30 seconds. I can't leave you here, she shouted. You have to. You deserve a sky that doesn't fear you. Jalen. Go. Then came the explosion. The engine blew, filling the hangar with smoke and static interference. By the time the patrol reached the workshop, all they found was wreckage, and a faint recording still looping through a broken comm unit. Come with me, I'll fill your table. Weeks passed. The galaxy moved on, uncaring. But far across the void, in a hidden asteroid field, a massive ship glided through the dark. At its helm stood Vira. Her scales gleamed again, repaired and strong. On the control panel rested a small charred human wrench, the only thing she had saved from the ruins of Dock 12. Her crew, scattered survivors of lost worlds, waited for her command. Where to, Captain? One asked. Vira looked out at the stars. To any place where hunger is met with kindness. And under her breath, she whispered, Your table is full now, Jalen. But I will keep yours waiting too.